and welcome to the Dressmakers Closet. My name's Jane. So today's video is a little bit of a vlog on what I've been up to in the last 10 days. Pattern testing, new product launch to the shop. I've got some ergonomic pins, new sewing machine. So if you fancy seeing what I've been up to, then please stay tuned. So hi and welcome back. Yeah, I've had a busy 10 days since my last vlog, which was me and my mum redoing the summer house into that little mini studio, like backdrop for my photos. And since then my feet haven't touched the ground again. I have just recently launched the Dixie Dress to my shop, my custom made clothing section of my shop. Yeah, it's going really well. I made them in the two fabrics. I got 6 rolls of gorgeous cotton lawns and some ginghams, which I'm going to bring out gradually for different products for my shop. These are all fabrics that are going to be for my custom clothing, completely separate to my sewing patterns. I love doing them both. I love the creativity of the sewing patterns, but then I also love to have a sewing machine to hand. I love sewing, so I like to do them both. Yeah, so the Dixie Dress I launched last Wednesday. That was the 11th, I think it was, and it's going really well. So the option so far for the Dixie Dress is going to be in a gorgeous gingham or in like Liberty style cotton lawn. I'll show you them both. So the print one, which I think has got a touch of Liberty, it's not Liberty, it's got a touch of it though, is so delicious. I'll pop pictures up of me wearing them as well so you can see. It's a maxi length dress. It's got pockets because it's got to have pockets, hasn't it? And I created it with this gorgeous ruffle neckline, elastic romantic style gathered sleeves, and a lovely loose fitting bodice. It does have 2 bust darts, so it's not totally fitted and it's not totally loose. It's like semi-fitted, I suppose, and the button placket down the front. You don't need the buttons to get it over your head, but it's just a nice bit of a style feature. So that's the print one, and I do them in sizes extra small all the way up to 2XL. Because it's a kind of loose, semi-loose fitting style, I haven't gone down the individual sizes like 6, 8, 10, 12, etc., because you can get like 2 sizes in one. So for example, this is the medium, and I would say quite easy fit 10 to 12, quite easy, possibly 12 to 14. But yeah, I've designed them so they fit 2 sizes per size, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's the print, which has gone really well. I only got enough fabric so I could do a limited selection because I wasn't sure how well this fabric would go, but it's gone really well. So I have another colourway which I may bring and do in this, or may order some more of this. But it is really pretty. And obviously because we're in different hemispheres, we're in different time zones all over the world, I'm not just going to create things that are in my season, because obviously we're going to be going into autumn soon here in the United Kingdom, but there's other people across the world obviously going into spring, summer type of thing. So I brought out in this cotton lawn print, which obviously spring summer type of dress, but it's again with the sleeves. You can layer it as well, which is good, and you know, you don't have to be restricted just to wearing it through the summer, even though it's got like a summer vibe to it. And then the other one that's gone really well, which I would love, I'm so tempted to make one for myself, but I'm not supposed to be making them for me, am I? I'm supposed to be making them for you, in this over large cotton gingham in the beige. Oh, I absolutely love the gingham. I'm so tempted to make one for myself. I haven't, but yeah, I'm really tempted. And great just with some sneakers, or you could dress it up on a night. And as I say, they're all in my shop now. They launched last Wednesday, going really well. And then obviously, as I say, I didn't want to stick to just seasons here in England, so I've also brought it out in the corduroy. So I'll show you the corduroy. Now this one is for me. I've made this for me. I got this fabric at First for Fabrics, and it's like not quite mustard, it's not quite green, it's like I would say it's like a dirty in a nice sense of the word, like a dirty yellow ochre type of thing, and I just put the dark wooden buttons on, and I made this for me as an autumn winter dress. I'll be able to layer it with long sleeve skinny tees underneath, maybe put a mini, if I wanted to, mini knitted grandad vest on the top for, you know, a short cropped one, and some boots and some tights, and I just think it's going to be absolutely fabulous for the autumn and the winter. So this one I made for me. I haven't put any of my labels in because it's for me. And so then when I posted on Instagram that I was thinking of bringing some corduroy in the Dixie, somebody messaged me and said, are you bringing it out? And I said, well, I am actually. So this one is actually sold. I'll show you this one. So I'm bringing it out so far in the olive green, and I've got a chocolate brown. So this one is sold, it's got the label in, it's ready to go. This is going to go on Monday. Remind me what size I did. Yeah, this is a medium. And how fab is it in the corduroy? So it's getting shipped on Monday, but I thought I'd show you before it goes, just so you can see what it's like, obviously in a cotton print, summer type of vibes, or in a baby needle cord, autumn winter type of vibe. So it can really be adapted to either season. So yeah, I'm totally loving making these. So pretty, I just love them. So that's the Dixie dress, and as I say, that just launched last Wednesday, and it's going really well so far. So thank you so much for those of you who have ordered. I am fairly up to date. I said this in my last vlog. I seem to have got a little bit of a routine. I think it's because my patterns, I know what I'm doing because it's all in my head. So I'm basically telling myself what to do, so I know what I'm doing from start to finish, and I can get them done fairly quickly. I think that's probably one of the reasons. And another reason is, you can see behind me, which I'll tell you in a minute, is my super duper new industrial sewing machine. Anyway, so I'll put them back. So that's the Dixie dress, and they're available in my shop from small, extra small, all the way through to 2XL. Yes, so my sewing machine, I just got this the other day, and I've been wanting, I was wanting a newer machine, a new domestic type of machine. I've got the Brother A150, and for all of a sudden, it's decided not to do the automatic thread. It just will not thread. I don't know why. If anybody's got a similar Brother machine with the, you know, the button and it threads the needle, if anybody's got any idea why mine has stopped threading, I've tried everything. I've changed the needle's not bent. I've cleaned the machine. It's doing the action. The lever comes down, but just will not poke that thread through the needle. So I'm now having to get my glasses on, get my tweezers and thread it. But it wasn't just because of that. I just wanted something that was a little bit faster. And I've been looking on the internet for quite some time, thinking maybe go from a Brother, and maybe go to something like a Ergonomic or maybe a Phew. But I was undecided. I didn't really know what I wanted, and then I was thinking, well, I've got all the feet, I've got all the attachments for the Brothers. I've always had Brothers sewing machines, and it was putting me off a little bit. And then I thought, you know what, I'd love a Juki. So I've been doing a bit of research for Juki sewing machines, like the industrial sewing machines. And I thought, well, I'll ring a company up. So I found a company in England, and I rang them up and said, I'm just looking at the industrial sewing machine. And he said to me, well, what is it you're going to be making? I said, well, it'll be mainly blouses, dresses, women's apparel type of thing. He says, oh, you don't want that particular Juki that I said, it's far too heavy industrial. It's more for when you're doing leather and a lot of jeans and coats and bags. And he said, have you never thought of getting the Jack? And I went, I've never heard of the Jack. This is the Jack. This is a Jack A5E. It's absolutely amazing. I was a little bit intimidated, well, I still am a little bit intimidated by it. Geordie won't come in here at the minute because he's scared stiff of it, because it does go fast. It does 5,000 stitches a minute. I don't do 5,000 stitches a minute. I've turned the setting down to 2,500 stitches a minute, and that is fast enough for me. But when it's sewing, I'll pop some footage of me sewing. When it's sewing, it's like sewing through butter. Oh my word, it is amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm just getting used to the foot plate, because obviously on my Brother I had it set where I could get my 1 centimetre seam allowance by moving the needle across. Well, obviously I can't on this machine because it's a straight stitch industrial machine. And the plates are in like 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, the measurements on the needle plate. So I've had to put a little bit of washi tape down for my 1 centimetre. So I'm just getting the hang of that. and threading it was a bit of a mish because it's a major thread all the way, quite complicated, highfalutin through every little thing going on the front of the machine to get it threaded. But I think I fathomed that. And the bobbin is like underneath the table, so you've got to put your hand underneath the table here to change the bobbin. So I kind of got the hang of that. And she also talks, so I've turned her off because she was getting annoying, because every time I changed the needle or every time I changed the stitch length or anything on there, she'd tell me what else she was doing, and that got annoying. So I've turned her off, I've silenced her, but she does actually speak. My sewing has speeded up even more, so I can whiz through the garment making fairly quickly now. It lifts the foot up for you, it puts the foot down for you, all by the presser foot that's built into the machine down here. It does a back tack, snips it and lifts the foot up. Well, getting used to my foot on the pedal, not pushing and going back, that's been a little bit of a oof. It scared me a few times, because with on my brother's sewing machine, I had a habit of obviously just resting my foot on the pedal type of thing, and then obviously press it down when I want to sew. Where the habit I've brought over with me, keeping my foot on this sensitive pedal, is not good, because if it's really sensitive. So the amount of times I've forgotten, I've just put my foot on them and it's done like 3,000 stitches and Geordie's run off, and I'm like stressed and my heart's racing type of thing. So I'm kind of not as much intimidated with it now. I'm kind of getting my bearings right on the pedal, nearly anyway, but it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. It doesn't do buttonholes, it doesn't do zigzag. So when I do my buttonholes, my brother's there for that, and then I've got my overlocker here. So a little bit of a room move around, just a slight tweak, just to fit it all in. Nothing much really, just move a few things around. I'm still in the corner, still in the same corner, and obviously it comes with its own table, and it's got all the measurements along the table. Great big massive sewing area. I mean, it's mega, absolutely brilliant. Loads of room. I can put my pin cushion there, and still plenty of room, it doesn't get in the way. And yeah, so I've had it came on Tuesday and it's now Saturday, so I've had it for like 4 days, and I've sewn on it like every day. And yesterday I made that green order, the green Dixie dress, that order, and whizzed through that. So I'm really feeling a little bit more comfortable with it now. Thrilled to bits with it. I'm so glad I've picked the jack. I think I know what I'm doing with it now, and it's got oil in it. You've got to top the oil on it, and it's got like a little oil level there. But he said you shouldn't need to top it with oil, maybe once a year type of thing. So I shall keep you posted on how I'm doing with it, but I think 2,500 stitches a minute is fast enough for me, because that is still pretty fast. And then I found out yesterday that if I wanted to do like my gathering stitch, obviously change my stitch length, but I don't particularly want the back tack on the end. I want to leave one end with a back tack, but the other end without a back tack, so I can have the loose threads. I fathomed out how to take one end back tack off. So yeah, I'm getting there. So here it is. So this is the Jack A5E, if you're interested. So yeah, so that was my little early birthday present. I said to John, don't buy me anything for my birthday, I'll have this as my early birthday present. It's because it's my birthday in September. Yeah, and then I've been playing with some ergonomic pins. I don't know whether you're like me, but my grips in my hands are getting really, really bad, and gripping pins and what have you, I really do struggle. And Pattern Trace, that lovely company, I've still got that 10% discount code. I think it's Loopy Mabel 10, my old name, but it's still exactly the same. You get 10% off on their site, and they do all the Swedish tracing paper, they do amazing gadgets to help with the sewing. And they said, would I like to try these new ergonomic pins out? And I went, yes, I would love to try them out. They are by Prim, and they really are good. I'll show some footage of me using them, but they're just so, it's got like this rubber type of effect on the end, but the way it's designed, you can literally pick them up when they're on the deck. When they're down on the surface, literally pick them up, even though they still stay flat. They don't particularly, they do roll a little bit, but they don't like roll off the table. But yeah, you can pick them up straight away, straight off the desk. I struggle grabbing hold of these ones, you know, with the ones with the little daisy on the head, on the ones with like little daisy, that type. I sometimes struggle with them, especially when they're down flat. But these, because they've got that like bulbous end, absolutely brilliant picking up. So they asked me would I like to try them, and yes, I'll give them definitely a 10 out of 10. Well done, Prim, for this design, because I think they're absolutely brilliant. I've been using them all week since I got them. I just think much easier for me with my dexterity. My dexterity is getting really bad for picking things up. So yeah, so that's the Prim Ergonomic Pins. And then they sent me, they're so lovely, those people over at Pattern Trace. They sent me a new Clover Stitch Ripper, proper good chunky handle, as opposed to, you know, the ones, your freebies you get with your machine. Normally get one with your sewing machines, don't you? There's just a normal stitch ripper. I've got about 6 of these, but this is a proper good one to hold on to, proper chunky handle. So if you fancy getting yourself something like that, or the ergonomic pins, feel free to use the code. I'll pop it all in the description box below. Go over onto Pattern Trace, use the code, get 10% off. And it's not just for things like this, it's for everything on their website. So that was that. And then to top it all, I've also been doing the Martha Top pattern testing. That's finished now. So I think it was about 24 lovely ladies, all the sizes from extra small all the way through to 2XL, testing the Martha Top for me. And I'll show you the ones I've just made. This one, and it's got the gathered neckline, the ruffle hem, and the T-tail at the back, and just plain inset sleeves. And I made this one for me, and I made another one for my mum. So this is my mum's version, and I will take some pictures of both me and my mum wearing them both as part of the pre-launch. So that's just a little sneak peek of those 2 fabrics, and more information on those fabrics coming near the launch. So the launch for the Martha Top is the 30th. So the pattern testing's finished the other day. In fact, the pattern testing finished on the 11th, the same day that I launched the Dixie Dress. And it went so well. I thought there was any problems at all. The odd spelling mistake, well, I'm always going to get that, aren't I? And yes, really good feedback, and the ladies made some beautiful versions. And again, I will be sharing all of their versions towards the pre-launch, so the end of this month. So not long to go, a couple of weeks to go. I've been tweaking my logo. I am not a graphic designer at all. I'm not very good at anything like that. I can't draw to save my life. I can, you know, do a little sketch. So when I was designing my original type of pattern logo type of thing for all my future sewing patterns, I wanted them to all be uniform, so if you saw the pattern you would know it was one of mine. The first version I did for the Martha Top, this is the instructions. It's just too small, you could hardly see my line drawing of the Martha Top front and back. So I did it again. So then I did a second version. So it came out a little bit bigger, but not a great deal. Very little difference in that. And thought, I've got to get you couldn't really see it. So I went back to the drawing board again. And I think the third one was a little bit bigger, but then the logo was smaller. So there's the next one, we're getting there, a bit better. But then the logo at the top is minuscule. You couldn't even see it. So the fourth version, got it right, got the logo a better size. This is the actual instructions. And you can see the line drawing is much more defined, much easier to see, as opposed to the line drawing on that one, which is quite faint. So I think I cracked it on the fourth. So quite pleased with that. So that's all ready to go. So all I've got to do now is go back in. There's a few spelling mistakes. I'm going to put the arm measurements, the bicep measurements. For all ladies, we don't all have slender arms. I don't have slender arms. So I'm going to go back in and put the bicep measurements in just to give you an idea, and then if necessary you can then do a little bit of an adjustment. I had to do an adjustment for my mum. My mum's got fairly chunky arms, so I had to do, I did the extra large for my mum. Went and measured her biceps, and she was couple of centimeters out. It would have been far too tight for her, and she didn't want a tight fitting sleeve, so I did a little bit of a grading on the sleeve, just from the arm, bottom of the arm out, just graded it out slightly for her, and the fit are absolutely gorgeous. But it's good to know what the pattern arm bicep is, so I'm going to put that in as well. But apart from that, I don't think I have much to do, so I'm really pleased for my second sewing pattern, well, my third, because I've got the Audrey collar, but my second garment, I would say. So I'm really pleased how well it's gone, and as I say, the ladies in the pattern testing group have made some beautiful versions, really gorgeous versions. They used all different types of fabrics, and everyone was really lovely. The pre-launch is going to be obviously the week running up to the 30th of August and then launch. So watch this space. So yes, I've been really quite busy, and then to top it all, I don't want to put a doom and gloom on it, but John hasn't been so good. I forgot to mention this actually the last vlog, but he has been diagnosed with dementia now, on top of everything else he's got. So we're just, I mean obviously it's not nice, but we're just getting on with it, and we're just reevaluating how we do things day to day. Some days he gets confused. The other day he actually thought I was his daughter. He kept saying, "Jane, my daughter." So that was a bit of a worry. And other days he's absolutely fine. So we're just dealing with it. We all have things to deal with, don't we? So he's now got dementia on top. And I've just had a little meeting with the family, my children, my mum and dad, and we're just like all aware of he needs extra care, extra attention to detail, shall we say. So when I go out, I don't go far, I go to Tesco and back, and I think that's it. But if I am planning on going anywhere, we all work together to make sure he's not left on his own too long. Well, yep, that's what we do. So you have to do these things, don't you? You just adapt. It's not like the end of the world. Obviously it's not nice, and it's just something else on top of all the things he's got. But you just got a glass half full. That's how you got to look at it, and that's how we're looking at it. We still laugh, we still have fun. He's my favourite person in the world. I love him so much. So, and I'm there, I care for him, and it is a proper full-on 24/7 caring for him now, totally. Some people say to me, how on earth do you do it? And sometimes I ask myself, how on earth do I do it? But I'm not stressed, I'm not overly tired. Some days I am, but I'm not burnt out, I'm not rushing around for time. So I haven't got a clue sometimes how I do it. I must have good organisational skills. I don't know, seriously. And I fit it in, make sure John's safe, he's happy, he's got everything he needs. If I come in here, I'm just literally in the next room, so it's not like I've left him anywhere, and he can just call me and I'm there. So yeah, it's working really, really well. So yeah, I don't know how I do it sometimes, but I do it. And I'm just loving doing my sewing patterns for ladies who can sew, but I'm also loving creating custom clothing for ladies who don't sew or are not interested in sewing. I'm finding the right balance for what I want to do, and it's working so well. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to in the last 10 days. I'm trying to get my vlogs out every week, but because I've been doing 67,000 things, getting new sewing machines, doing a launch of a new product, doing a pattern testing, looking after John, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to get back to my weekly vlogs. I will get there. So yeah, so hope you've enjoyed today's video. I haven't made anything for myself except the corduroy dress. I don't think I have. No, I haven't had time because I've been doing custom orders and obviously the pattern. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope I haven't waffled on too long. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've just found me, you want to follow along with me. I would love for you to join me, and come over and see me on Instagram too, and I'll say hi, and you can follow on with more of my daily outfit inspirations ideas as well. But until the next time, thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye for now.